So in the new Industrial Prince mod update, a bunch of new custom characters were added to the game, and I have already checked these characters out, but this mod also changed some of the vanilla characters, so that's why in this video, I'll be checking them out. And before the video starts, I just want to remind you guys that if you're not already, consider subscribing. I post tons of Castle Crashers videos, so if you're into that, then consider hitting that button. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, so the first character on the list is the Fencer, and as you can see, I am using a custom weapon. But yeah, let me show off this guy's new magic. Okay, so it looks like his light magic throws a bomb and also uppercuts enemies. I'm not exactly sure if I can hit one enemy with both of these at the same time, but yeah, nonetheless, it is a pretty cool ability. And the heavy magic is also changed to a stab, which is the same magic as the Royal Fencer bot. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much just a better version of the regular stab, aka this one, since it hits enemies a couple more times. And also when I magic jump, it leaves like a little pit of goo, which I don't know if it does anything, but it is there. And the funny thing about this guy is that now he doesn't have any saw magic, so that's pretty surprising. But yeah, let me just take out the groom real quick. Okay, this is alright, that was horrible on my part. What am I doing? Okay, come on, he's almost dead. Okay, he's actually doing better than I thought against me. I thought I was going to be able to kill him in like 1 second, but apparently not. It's already been 2 phases and he still has like a good third of his health left. So yeah, I low-key got to pick up my game. And there we go. Alright, the next character on the list is the Industrialist. And you know, since I have a lot of custom weapons unlocked, I might as well just use one for each character. But yeah, with this guy, I think his magic actually is pretty much the same as the vanilla version, except for his jumping projectile attack. As you can see, he shoots saws from 4 sides, which is actually pretty cool since you can spam it up here. So yeah, as you can see, I can kind of just spam this in the air and the enemies can't do much about it until I fall down, of course. But yeah, I feel like this is a really creative magic. But at the end of the day, the regular vanilla heavy magic is just undefeated. It's so insane. I'm just gonna wait for these guys to kind of close in a little more. Why is there so few aliens? I feel like there's usually a ton more by now, but anyways. As you can see, they're just getting destroyed. I mean, they would get destroyed anyways since they have like 1 health, but let me have my fun, okay? Now, I don't know if I've ever actually hit anyone with the top 2 saws. There's not really any use besides it just looking cool, but yeah, I'd say that's a good enough reason. The next character on the list is the Alien, and he is level 7, so no custom weapons for this guy. Since all the custom weapons, you have to be like level 40. And also, I forgot, you can't even change weapons with this guy. What am I even talking about? So it looks like this guy's magic is, you know, the same as usual, except for his heavy blast, which as you can see, you can charge it up and then just sends a massive energy blast to enemies, which did like 200 damage, I'm pretty sure. The charge kind of reminds me of Alien Hominid because, you know, that's what you do against the enemies that have armor, which makes sense since this guy is from Alien Hominid originally. But yeah, hopefully we can one-shot this dude with that attack alone. Let's see. Okay, he's putting up a better fight than I thought. I thought he would get 1 shot for sure, but apparently I was wrong. And there we go. But to be honest, I think this is my favorite magic out of all the first 3 characters that we've tested out today. And I like how those guys just stood there for a second and then just toppled over. So the cool thing about this attack is you don't even have to charge it up all the way. You can charge it up like most of the way and it still does a lot of damage. But either way, since we're in such like low levels, I think it'll one-shot them either way. Okay, now my goal is to one-shot Pipistrello with this. Alright, I'm just gonna wait for this dude to land and then walk towards me. And then I'm just gonna kill him in like 1 shot. Okay, maybe did I not? Oh, they changed this boss fight too. I did not know that. Okay, how does this guy have so much health? I do not remember Pipistrello being this strong. But now it's time to play as Snakey, who is also a very low level. That's my bad, guys. And as you can see, he throws a little poison ball. And the Medusa head comes out. That's actually pretty cool. I always thought that Snakey should have poison magic, and I was kind of surprised that he didn't have any. I mean, I understand like the root attack, but this guy is a poison knight in my mind. And also, these things make such a satisfying sound. It sounds like the bubbles from Rapid's Ride. Oh my god, that's a lot of poison going on. Oh my god, I'm just hitting my own snakes. Poor guys. Okay, so you can't really spam the jumping diagonal magic because otherwise you just hit your own snake sometimes. The next character I'm going to be playing as is the Royal Guard. And as you can see, he's also level 6. I apologize, guys. I swear to God, all of the changed characters are just ones that I have at like really low levels. So yeah, the magic is not going to be... Hold on. I was going to say the magic is not going to be great, but then it just like absolutely murked the barbarian. But anyways, let me just show you the magic again. All right, so this is my heavy magic and it's doing 250 damage and I am at like level 6. I probably have like 5 points in my magic, but that is just insane. I bet a good idea for this is if I rounded up all the enemies and then just like blocked with my shield and then hit this ability. All right, maybe this won't be as easy because some of the enemies do not want to be near me. Alright, seems like that worked pretty well, nonetheless. But yeah, this thing does use a ton of mana. As you can see, it takes up pretty much the whole, like, bar. But I'm pretty sure the Ice Knight and a couple other characters do that as well, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah, this magic is insane. And it looks like the light magic is just bombs, so yeah, that's standard. But I'm trying to figure out if this is my favorite magic out of the bunch. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. This is like definitely top 3. I would say, out of all the ones I've played today. I think the only one that might be topping it right now is the alien charge up attack. But yeah, nonetheless, this is an insane heavy magic. And I bet this is gonna one-shot the War Machine, if I'm not mistaken. So he put up a fight, I'll say that. And not a very big one, but you know, can't blame a brother for trying. God, that explosion is so loud. That's kind of funny though. The next character with modded magic is the Stoveface. And I'm sure you guys already know what his magic is going to be since, you know, Stoveface. Yeah, that is insane. He just cooks enemies. Oh, he also has custom light magic. I did not know that. The heavy magic is the stove attack, which as you can see is just like a flamethrower, which is insane. And also, why is this my weapon? Like, seriously, what am I doing? Alright, now I got some better equipment for my Stoveface, so this should make our magic even better. And yeah, that is insane. I think I was using that attack for like 5 seconds. Holy. And of course the boulder attack is great. I mean, it bounces off the floor a couple times, so the range is actually quite good. So yeah, I think it rolls, it just keeps rolling until it hits something, so that's insane. But yeah, I think this character is my favorite out of the bunch, just because it has 2 really cool custom magics, and most of them just have one, or maybe one cool one and one okay one. And look at the range on this thing. I think it's because my magic is actually pretty high with this character, despite it being like level 14. But look at that, the magic is going off the screen. Okay, so the final character we have to test out is the Blacksmith. And yeah, apparently just every single character that got changed, I have at like level 8 or 7. So yeah, no custom weapons for these guys. But now let's test this guy's magic out. So the light magic is just the vanilla one, just standard. But as you can see, the heavy magic rains down the flaming hammers, which is pretty cool. The range is actually surprisingly kind of low, since it's like the beekeeper where you kind of have to upgrade it a good amount to get a better range, since the 4 hammers don't go very far. But yeah, that makes sense since it's a heavy magic. But we still do have the frog, which makes sense since that's how most people remember this guy's magic. Or at least I do, since he's like by the frog. I feel like this magic might be pretty decent against bosses since their hitboxes are so big. And since it's throwing like 4 projectiles. Oh wait, that's the wrong magic. Okay, my apologies, guys. Okay, yeah, this is definitely doing good against the barbarian boss. I mean, that's expected. He's not exactly a hard boss fight. But hey, a win is a win.